Okay, so I was asked a question of how I store, or better yet, how I sort and separate my Legos. I have a tendency, I don't know if anyone else does, but I have a tendency to buy my Legos in bulk, either on Craigslist or eBay, which means I end up with a lot of unsorted Legos. So one of the techniques I've started using is a very sorting method. When I started by using these two guys. They're just your basic boxes sorted out with little dividers inside. But I quickly realized I ran out of room, so I moved on to these boxes, these sorting boxes. I actually bought these at Home Depot. They're not too heavy duty, too bulky. The great thing is these little dividers allow you to decide how big or how small you actually want to sort your Legos. So I have a lot of little small pieces. This box here, I sorted all my minifigs. This here, I sorted all my detail pieces. The smaller little round 1x pieces, the 5x1s, 2x1s, L shapes. I sorted them this way. For some of the larger pieces, the ones I have a lot of, but they're really big, are, say, the 2x's. So these are all my 2x4s, 2x2s, 2x3s, 2x5, 6, 7, 8, all those. I put all those in here. Now I'm starting to get a little too full in this one, so I'm going to have to resort this. So one thing I found is what I do is I'll do an initial sort. So here I have all the 2x's. Once it starts to get too full, I'll figure out which ones I can extract. So I might decide to extract some of these, pull these out, and then resort. So that's one of the things I found with Legos is the more you start to collect and acquire, the more you're going to have to start to sort. So for instance, these small pieces I'm starting to fill up here, I might have to sort and separate. These little flat pieces, I have about 2,000 of these. So those deserve their own sections. Even these flat browns, same with the 2x flat yellows, those deserve their own spots. So as I start to fill up, here I have all filled with weapons. So I'm gonna have to resort these and maybe separate the swords from the jousts to the axes, and I'll have to resort these eventually. So as you're sorting, you're gonna have to continuously resort as you gather more and more pieces. So these are actually great. The one thing I like about these is they're actually interlocking from the sides. So if you are actually physically carrying these, I'll unlock one of these. There we go. So make sure these are secured. So on the side, a little difficult to see, but on the side, this latches onto the bottom one. So if you're carrying them around, they won't slide around. You can actually carry them this way. As long as you got everything locked in, you won't have all your Legos flying all over the place, which is a great little feature. That's why I love these. Home Depot, they're sorters. These are actually hard to find. Every time I go, there's only maybe one pack. The best part is pack of 2, $10. And you can do a lot of sorting. Another thing I use for sorting are Ziploc bags. Ziploc bags, I think, are kind of the workhorse of sorting, because when I run out of room, if I've sorted some out, this morning I was sorting these out and I ran out of room in one of my boxes. So just throw them on a Ziploc bag. Once you've resorted and you have room again, you just pull them out of the Ziploc, put them right into where they need to be. So, like I said, some of the bigger ones. So here I have all my plates. So any kind of plate that I have, I actually keep it in one box. These containers I actually got at the container store. The beauty of these is they're just like a regular container. They stack just like you would, say, the ones you'd get maybe at Walmart. But the best part of these is they're portable. So if I want to take all my flats, I can take all my flat plates. If I want to take all my 2x, I can take these. Or if I just want to take these two, I can leave the rest of my containers without having to take the whole box. So I know a lot of the other containers, they might come in 3s or 4s, but you got to take all 4 or all 3 because they're all physically connected together. You got to take them all together. But these are great because you only have to take what you need and what you want. Same with these. These I actually bought at the Container Store as well. It's the same concept. If I want to take 1 or 2, I can take 1 or 2, or I can take the whole box. This container, I just use it for all my plates. I keep my instruction book that's in here. Keep all my miscellaneous stuff in here that I like to use, that I use frequently. And another thing I would suggest is if you're able to, one of your boxes would be great to sort and separate and have for anything you're building. So if you're building or you're putting something together, a little diorama, a little screen, say for instance I have all this. So say I was putting some of this together. There you go, I have couple little birds on a, there we go, you can see it. A couple of birds on a little telephone pole. So if I was working on this, I'll put this in a box so I don't inadvertently destroy those or lose them in this big old mess. So I'll have maybe one of these containers, and I'll keep anything that I'm working on in that particular container so I don't lose it, and so I don't damage it when I'm moving from one room to the next. I tend to be very portable. I tend to move around a lot, and these items are great for walking around, sorting. So I can take all these all together at once. Let's see here. One hand, I can take 4 boxes worth of Legos. Very well sorted, very well separated, very secure. If you have a lot more and you want to use 2 hands to carry, as long as these are latched, they won't go anywhere. So that's just a quick little tip of what I do for sorting and separating my Legos.